may be a restaurant and gift shop located inside the building you see there behind me. But trust me, there's one main item on the menu that keeps people coming back here to Chaney's Dairy Barn in Bowling Green. How did you first come up with this idea in the very beginning?
The continual cyclical prices of milk is probably what got us into it. We've been milking cows here since 1940. We've lived on this farm since 1888, so we've got a long history here. And my dad started milking cows in 1940, so we've continually had the dairy, and there's no better way to raise a family than on a dairy farm. And our kids, they've loved it, and now as they've become young adults, they actually want to now be able to raise their kids on the dairy farm. So, but the reason we started was the milk prices, because they're just so cyclical. You go through periods where the milk prices are so low that you just can't make a living on it. And so we had to do something else.
So how did you go about the research process? What did you actually do?
Well, we actually saw something on TV about Penn State, which was, they have their ice cream course. And the year that I attended in 2003, it was the 111th year that they'd held the course. There was over 100 people there. And when we were doing the research, we knew that if we were going to do and make ice cream, that would be the place. That would give us instant credibility. And so Deborah and I, we went to 4 different places in 4 different states, just researching agritourism, processing milk, making ice cream. And once we got back, we figured that the best way to begin this would be to start making ice cream.
And so now let's fast forward a decade or so, and now you're making ice cream. What's that process like as far as what you all have to do?
Well, of course, when I was at Penn State, they taught you the whole process. But until you get back and you make it yourself, you really don't know what's going on. So what we do is we have a 40-quart ice cream machine, and we'll put in 5 gallons of ice cream mix, and in 12 minutes, we'll have about 10 gallons of ice cream. That ice cream comes out of the machine at about 23 degrees. We put it into a blast freezer that's 15 degrees below zero, and now the ice cream hardens very quickly. And that's what makes good ice cream. And then the only time that we bring the ice cream out is when we bring it out to temper it, to serve it. You don't want to move the ice cream. You don't want temperature fluctuations. You want to keep the ice cream as cold as possible for as long as you can.
So what's business like today? I mean, I'm sure it was probably a little bit of an undertaking for sure, and maybe you didn't know for sure if it was going to succeed or not, I'm guessing, but what's business like today?
You know, you are so right. I mean, I remember sitting with our accountant, and so, to do a business plan, you've got to do a 1, a 2, and a 3-year, and a 5-year, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going to happen. You can study, you can plan, but until you open the doors to the public, you have no idea what's going to happen. And we didn't. And we thought it would work because the other places that we had seen, we thought that we could do a lot of the same things that they were doing and make a success out of it. But I don't think Deborah and I ever could have imagined from going from 3,000 gallons of ice cream the first year to this year we'll have 24,000 gallons of ice cream. We've been very fortunate. We've had a lot of good exposure. USA Today named us top ice cream in Kentucky and one of the top 5 ice cream shops in the nation by Good Morning America back about 5 or 6 years ago. We were on a television show called Justified, which was on FX. They had our ice cream on the show, which was really cool. So we've been very fortunate. Deborah and I have been very blessed, and don't know how in the world it's all happened.
If someone's never been here before, what kinds of things can they expect to see when they come inside the business here?
Family friendly. That's what we want people to realize when they come in here. It's kind of an old barn looking. It was built for the ice cream store. We have a restaurant with hamburgers and chicken fingers. We have cold sandwiches like chicken salad sandwiches. We have potato soup. We have a gift shop. We have a playground that we just put in this year that is absolutely amazing. The kids love it. We have a jumping pillow where the kids can go out and play. We also do a lot of events, and one of our most popular ones, I guess, would be what is called Ice Cream in a Movie. And the Ice Cream in a Movie is where we show a movie on the side of the barn every other Friday and Saturday night. and people just bring blankets, they bring lounge chairs, they sit out in the grass, and they watch a movie. I remember the first year that we did it, which I guess would have been 2005, and we might have 30, 35 people here. We showed Trolls, I guess it was 3 weeks ago, and on Friday night we had almost 800 people, and on Saturday night we had almost 700 people. So again, it's just grown. We got Moana coming up, and I think that's going to be a huge. We only show kids movies, so when parents come, they know what they're bringing them to see. And then you've got the cows on the farm, and I just think that now that we offer self-guided farm tours, Deborah and I, about 3 years ago, decided we've milked cows for a long time. We were milking in a barn that we'd been milking in for 54 years, and Deborah and I finally told the kids, says, we're done milking cows unless we can improve the way the cows are being handled. I've also got a niece, Dory Baker, who helps me with the cows. She has a passion for the cows that you can't teach people to have. And so when we told the kids that it was time to sell the cows, or we were going to have to do something else, they wouldn't hear of it. We can't get rid of the cows. We want to be able to raise our kids on a farm like we were raised. And so we decided, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to put in a robot to milk the cows, and we're going to continue to offer farm tours. Last year we had about 8,000 kids went through to see the cows and how we milk the cows, and to kind of educate the consumer at a young age what agriculture is all about. Also, we have tourists that come through, so I think this year, now with the robot and the tour area, we're probably going to have about 12,000 people that will go through this year. And I think they get a better understanding of how hard the dairy farmers work to make sure that the cattle are taken care of in the best way possible.
How glad are you that you made the decision all those years ago to try this new adventure?
Well, it depends on what day you talk to me. If you would have talked to me last night, because we had a big trailer event that we took and did about 700 Sundays for a group. We had a farm tour. We had another trailer event last night, and we got back about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So at the end of the night last night, we were pretty well beat. If it wasn't for Dory down at the farm taking care of the cows, making sure they're taken care of, it wouldn't allow me to do the things that I'm able to do. So we love it. Because I think of the way the families feel like when they come out here, and we don't charge for the playground. We do charge for the jumping pillow, and I think the families just appreciate what we do. We don't charge for the movies. Anything that we can. We've been blessed to have some great sponsors for our movies, and this year the movies, Ice Cream and a Movie, was named one of Southeast Tourism's top 20 events of the summer. So we've been blessed.
If you would like to visit Chaney's Dairy Barn, the address is 9191 Nashville Road in Bowling Green. Reporting from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Barry Hyatt, NCTV.